You won't believe how many ships are left in the South African Navy, and Jake Paul has already named his next opponent. But before I get into that, ladies and gentlemen, please leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right, let's get into it.
Criminals must taste you.
Ma'am, can you give me protection from yourself?
Did I hear that correctly? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so our first story is quite shocking, but to be honest, at this point, why are we still shocked? SA Navy only has one working ship and is too broke to do anything about it.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, you heard correctly. One working ship. This was revealed during a parliamentary question and answer session with Defence Minister Angie Motshekga. When asked whether she believed that the Navy could protect South Africa's territorial waters, Motshekga said, "We're not where we're supposed to be, but our department has a plan in its pursuit of excellence." Excellence? Really? You have one ship. What pursuit of excellence are you talking about? Excellence? That ship sailed? No, it didn't sail. It sunk a while ago. Rear Admiral Junior Grade François du Toit, the Navy's Director of Maritime Warfare, told the Parliamentary Committee on Safety and Justice that only one of the Navy's 4 frigates was partially operational. The others were in Simonstown Harbour awaiting repairs. All 3 submarines were out of service, as was SAS Drakensberg, the Navy's only logistical support vessel. All 5 outdated patrol vessels were broken, and 2 new ones were still undergoing sea trials. The Maritime Reaction Force's 4 boats were also all out of action. 2 of the Navy's 3 platoons of personnel were operational, but they were stranded without vessels. None of the 4 diving teams were operational, nor were either of the 2 chemical and biological warfare reaction force units. The Navy's presentation basically says that we currently have no Navy. It's a catastrophe, as one of the military analysts said. You know, all those people that say we have a formidable army, think again. I mean, this is extremely concerning. What good is it if we cannot protect our shores? And South Africa has a lot of shoreline. We're basically sitting ducks. And before you say we have a great army or air force or what have you, think again. I mean, during lockdown, the army was robbed by gangsters in Mitchell's Plain. And as for the Air Force, well, in the Air Force, barely 1/4 of all aircraft are operational. There is no money for service contracts for the maintenance of fixed-wing aircraft. And now, before people in the comments start saying, oh, the GNU is messing this all up. No. You must remember, this is not the GNU's fault. I'm not defending the GNU. I'm just saying this is ANC legacy. It's the ANC that's been in control of the army for so many years and have done nothing to preserve it. Now the GNU has kind of inherited this situation. So the GNU better do things to make it better. However, the ANC is still in control of the army, so I highly doubt anything's going to change, which should worry you. All right, and in other news, we're going a bit into sports news now. Jake Paul calls out Conor McGregor for his next fight. UFC champion responds with meme. This is actually great. So for those of you who may not know, or you live under a rock, Jake Paul and the great boxing fighter Mike Tyson had a fight over the weekend, which was streamed on Netflix. Well, they attempted to stream it. Unfortunately, Netflix crashed.
Epic fail, by the way.
That obviously frustrated the fans, and afterwards, Jake Paul was already naming Conor McGregor as his next opponent. Now, before I get into my thoughts about the whole Jake and Tyson fight, let's see what exactly Jake said and how McGregor responded. Dear Conor, I know you told my team you would fight me at 170 pounds. That's never happening. But let's run it in MMA. No weight class, just like how it used to be done, but you won't. But here's what McGregor said. Nakisa already rang me, lad. It's this guy next for you. Good luck, pal. And for those of you who do not know, that is a picture of Senator Mitch McConnell, and he is 82 years old. And thus began the hilarious responses. Haha, maybe call out someone who's actually not retired, or don't. The memes are fire. Breaking, Jake Paul has announced he will be digging up Muhammad Ali to fight him next. Jake Paul should fight Joe Biden next. And that's also led to memes like this one. Jake Paul's next opponent. There's some really good AI, by the way. This is what the world really wants to see. Paul versus Biden. And there's plenty more across the internet of memes like that. I do find this all kind of funny. I mean, Mike is 58 years old and he went toe-to-toe with a man half his age. And I mean, for Mike, I think Mike came out on top despite Jake winning, because it shows that Mike's in great shape, he's in great health, and yeah, takes a lot to go up against a young buck half your age. So kudos to Mike for even trying and lasting 8 rounds. It's fantastic. But for Jake, unfortunately, I think this looks like a man who's kind of picking on an old man. It's kind of weird. It doesn't look good, in my opinion. His win over Mike isn't that big of a deal in my eyes because, well, again, Mike is 58 years old. Had Jake maybe taken on Tyson, and of course they're born at different years, so obviously this is impossible, but had we seen maybe Tyson and Jake when Tyson was at his prime and then Jake won, yeah, that's an achievement. But it is what it is, and I think Jake is the loser here. It really does look like a cash grab, and a lot of people are calling that out. So now Jake wants to take on Conor McGregor in MMA. I say let it happen. I would love to see Jake get his ass whooped really hard, and I really hope Tyson is there sitting at the front row to watch it all go down. But let me know your thoughts about all this, and do you want to see a Jake versus McGregor fight in MMA? Also, let me know what you think about the South African Navy. Are you worried? Are you not worried? Are you surprised? Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're down there, leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've got more content coming your way. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Your newsflash is in. Got a head. Oh, he just took a key out of a head. He just took a key out of a head. Ugh, he just took a key out of a head. Hot. I don't know, it's just like the sound and everything about it. Okay, that was kind of weird. Ah! Okay. Peekaboo. Are you watching me doing this? Are you enjoying? Is this the game you were talking about?